You know, William J. Tangye was the first chief executive of the Code Council, and he left a great legacy for all of us who came after him. Today, we are still recognizing his leadership and remembering his dedication to developing our association through the William J. Tangye Staff Recognition Award. Since 2003, this award has been granted by the CEO to a staff member for recognition of meritorious and unparalleled service to the Code Council. This year's recipient is truly a superstar member of the Code Council's team. Since she joined our staff in 2007, she's been vitally important to the Code Council's success. Her job is to protect us against threats and to help steer us in the right direction. Her leadership is felt throughout the organization. Code Council staff across all departments and locations look to her for support and advice. She is friendly and encouraging and has a pleasant manner. For me personally, she's been a coworker, an advisor, and a close friend. She's always willing to consider both sides of an issue. She provides thoughtful, dependable insight into problems, and she's always so pleasant when she says no. She puts dialogue and discussion and negotiation first, but she's a fierce fighter when needed. She may not be out front on most days interacting with our members or our partners, but her passion and love for our mission translates into respect for our members and the important functions that you serve in your communities. By now, some of you may have figured it out. But before I reveal this year's winner, I'd like to ask her parents, Irfan and Tuba, to join me on stage. I'm pleased to introduce this year's William J. Tangye Award winner is Mel Oncu. Mel's parents are joining us today because there's a kind of a connection, and I thought the connection sort of would resonate. Mel's father is a highly respected engineer, and he knows about codes and standards. Like her father, Mel has had an undeniable impact on our organization and on building safety. My thoughts I've expressed, but to emphasize how much our organization feels about Mel, I've asked John Belsick and Mark Johnson to say a few words as well. John?
Good afternoon. They tell me you're supposed to always start your talk with a joke, and I tried to pick one that Mel would relate to. What you call 1,000 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean. A good start. In the case of Mel Oncu, that would be a tremendous loss to ICC and many of the other people whose lives she positively affects every day. Mel, I know that you enjoy swimming in the ocean, but I'm sorry that I sent you to the bottom for even just a second. Mel is one of the nicest, most honest, sincere, and respectful people that I know. Adjectives like honest, nice, sincere are traits that I normally don't associate with lawyers. But that just goes to show you what a special person Mel is. She is always positive in her approach and a true professional. She is the calm in the eye of the legal storm. So I have learned to pay attention when she lets the occasional swear word fly. That's when you know she's really upset or there is a really big problem. When I think of Mel, a lot of other descriptions come to mind. She's a wife, a mother, a daughter, a doting dog mom, a drill sergeant and a diet consultant, and a very successful career woman. I also have the privilege of calling her my friend. Mel has a social network that includes doctors, judges, politicians, television and radio personalities, and members of the CIA even. I can see why interesting people want to associate with Mel, because she's one of those people who lights up a room when she comes into it. Whether she is running an interval training session in the fitness center for her colleagues or outside running 7 miles first thing in the morning, Mel is always fun to be around, even when she's kicking your butt. Mel and I have a special bond. We share a common love for our dogs. We exchange stories about our dogs and also have been known to text a few photos of our dogs dressed in seasonal costumes. And Mel, just a reminder, Halloween's coming up. She's broadened my horizons by getting me to eat a few delicacies from her vegetarian diet, most notably kale and quinoa. I said that right? Surprisingly, kale, when prepared in the form of a potato chip, is actually not horrible. In all, Mel is a true professional, a good lawyer, and a dedicated ICC staff member, and there is no one more deserving of the 2018 Tangye Award than Mel. Congratulations, Mel.
Mel, I've had the great fortune of knowing you for over 15 years, first as our outside counsel, and then when you came on board as ICC's general counsel. What stands out in you is, and what I admire most, is not only your pleasant demeanor and the fact that you agree with my business agreements, and you always greet me with a smile, but your integrity and your fairness, the people aspects you bring to your job. And ICC's dealings with contract negotiations, and we have hundreds of agreements. Mel not only focuses on the legal issues, but she also takes a holistic approach. She looks at the business implications, but most importantly, she looks at the people aspects. She ensures that there's always a clear meeting of the minds. She creates a foundation of goodwill and trust between parties. She solidifies long-term relationships. When it comes to agreements, Mel Oncu is all about the marriage, not serial dating. Her imprint is on almost every service and product you see that comes from ICC. Behind the scenes, she's the one that helps shapes the agreements that allow us to move forward on many of the products and services you have access to with ICC. Being an attorney requires toughness, mental fortitude. Mel has those attributes and much more. She has a firm understanding of ICC's business, how it works. The agreements she helps shapes are clear and equitable to the parties involved. On the rare occasions, and they are rare, that conflicts arise, Mel never loses her control and is a calming influence for those around her. She works to find solutions to conflicts and avoid the nasty potential of litigation. I always jokingly refer to Mel as our chief mitigator, as she always prefers mitigation to litigation, something she shares with many of you in this room that are dedicated to mitigation. Mel has taken on the task of also ensuring that ICC's management team is in tip-top shape, taking us through her grueling, high-intensity training regimens during our company travels. While we find them dreadful, we are grateful. I'm fortunate, and ICC is fortunate, to have Mel Oncu on board. We consider her not only a colleague, but a friend. Congratulations on this well-deserved award, Mel.
So now I'd like to call on our 2018 William J. Tangye Award winner, Mel Oncu, General Counsel, ICC.
fun to have the microphone. I never get it. I'm like, wow, it's nice to be up here. I just want to say thank you, and I am so proud to work for ICC and its important mission, and so grateful. I work with wicked smart, super fun people, and so I'm really lucky, and I'm so grateful to my mom and dad who've come from Philadelphia. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mel.